For the most part, a secret in a comic book isn't something that remains secret for long. Clark Kent's secret identity was secret to only a few people until recently, and most things a superhero or villain would prefer to keep under wraps tend to be exposed in due course. That tends to be how storytelling and exposition work in comics, but occasionally, a secret will be kept from readers for a time, only to be revealed much later. Those kinds of secrets are often kept for the purpose of building wonder and suspense, but occasionally, a secret is almost created accidentally, or through no fault of the writers and artists. Even rarer still is the secret that's yet to be cracked, and comics has plenty of them. So, I'm Ewan, this is What Culture Comics, and here are 9 comic secrets that we still can't explain. Number 9. The mystery of the 3 Jokers. This is one that I just wish wasn't a thing. In the DC Universe's comics, there's one mystery that has only gotten harder to uncover as time goes by, and it's all about the Joker. Canonically, the Joker's backstory and identity have never been revealed, though The Killing Joke did offer one possible origin story. Although why anyone would want to know, given that the act of not knowing is actually what makes the Joker so compelling, baffles me, but fine, we're doing this, Jeff. In 2015, Batman got a chance to sit in the Mobius chair, and the first thing he asked was, "What's the Joker's true name?" Because he's a complete bore, it turns out. It wasn't revealed right away, and the following year, Justice League number 50 revealed that the answer wasn't simple. There were, in fact, 3 Jokers. Ooh-wee. I liked it better when it was Grant Morrison's theory of hypersanity. There, I said it. Well, anyway, the answer to this mystery will finally be revealed on November 10th, 2020. That's the release date for Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok's Batman 3 Jokers. Yay. Number 8. What is Rip Hunter's real first name? Rip Hunter was introduced to the DC Universe in May of 1958 via Showcase number 20, and he's been a major player in DC Comics ever since. But there's an interesting aspect of his identity that remains a secret. Nobody knows his real name. Because he feared someone might one day use his own time travel technology against him, he went by the name of Rip Hunter instead of his own. And to be fair, if you're going to change your name to anything, Rip Hunter is a pretty banging choice. It was eventually revealed that he was the son of Booster Gold, which makes him, insert name here, Carter, but his first name still remains a mystery. His identity may not be confirmed, but there are plenty of guesses online, including a probable first name of John, which would mean he would be named after Booster Gold's father. I'm going to guess it's Ted though, after Ted Cord, Booster's BFF. Number 7. Who wore the F.A.C.A.D.E armor? Back in 1994, a suit of armor was introduced in the pages of Web of Spider-Man number 113 called the Full Acclimation Combat and Defense Exoskeleton, or F.A.C.A.D.E for short. The armor was created by a pharmaceutical company, but during its reveal party, it was stolen. A Daily Bugle photographer, who was not Peter Parker, managed to take a picture of the thief, but he was killed by F.A.C.A.D.E before he had a chance to show anyone. F.A.C.A.D.E soon became a villain of Spider-Man's, but he was beaten relatively quickly. Of course, Spider-Man was knocked out in the process of subduing his newest enemy, and the occupant managed to escape. During the Spider Island storyline years later, F.A.C.A.D.E offered to reveal their true identity to Spider-Man, but he had more important things to do, leaving his enemy to slink back into the shadows. Right, look, okay, F.A.C.A.D.E may not be a big player in Spider-Man's rogues gallery, but that doesn't excuse the fact that, after 25 plus years, this secret has yet to be resolved. Fans have kicked some names around over the years, which include the likes of J. Jonah Jameson and Archer Bryce, but Marvel has yet to confirm the armor's first occupant. Number 6. The nature of the anti-life equation. The anti-life equation was the principal desire of Darkseid, who sent his forces to Earth in an effort to find it. He did this due to a belief that all human beings held a portion of the anti-life equation within their subconsciousness. It's well known what the anti-life equation could do, but something that's never been revealed in the DC universe is what it is exactly. It's believed by many to be mathematical proof that somehow proves the futility of life itself, but this has never been confirmed in any comics, despite the existence of the equation for decades. Some writers have revealed their various interpretations of the equation, with our boy Grant Morrison going so far as to list it as the following: loneliness plus alienation plus fear plus despair plus self-worth divided by mockery divided by condemnation divided by misunderstanding times guilt times shame times failure times judgment, n equals y where y equals hope and n equals folly, love equals lives, life equals death, self equals dark side, which brings us to the... Right, okay, look, I got a C in GCSE maths, alright? This isn't my forte. Well, despite this mathematical proof, it still remains loosely defined in the DC Universe's canon, and to be fair, probably for the better. Number 5. Who was responsible for Dream of the Endless's downfall? Neil Gaiman's Sandman began with Dream's imprisonment on Earth, and after his escape, he set his sights on rebuilding his world of dreams and nightmares. Through the course of the series, he travelled through multiple realities, facilitated the handover of hell, and explored his various friendships and relationships. The series concluded with Dream's passing and replacement, but it was never clear as to who was responsible. It seemed as if Lyta Hall may be the one responsible, seeing as she called upon the Furies to destroy Dream, but it could have been any number of people or powerful beings, up to and including Lucifer. While it was never clear, it could have been that Dream himself was responsible for his own downfall, as he set many of the events in motion that resulted in his own destruction. It's highly unlikely this secret will ever be revealed, as Gaiman has moved on, and the series is, for all intents and purposes, complete. Number 4. Who is Daredevil in Earth X? The Marvel Multiverse offers up interesting alternate Earths and versions of Marvel's popular characters, but few have been as interesting as those from Earth X. The storyline featured a world population that gained superpowers after Terrigen Mists were released into the atmosphere. The result was a dystopia filled with superpowered people. In most alternate Earths, characters are mostly the same in that Peter Parker is still Spider-Man, Tony Stark is Iron Man, and so on. While that's true of most situations, the Daredevil of Earth X isn't Matt Murdock, as he's dead in the Earth X timeline, but someone still took up the mantle after his demise. Earth X's Daredevil looks somewhat similar to his Earth 616 counterpart, only he wears a cape, has exaggerated horns, and his chest features a large pentagram, so kind of nothing like Daredevil, but still. Also, he's immortal, or appears to be. Because of this, Ben Grimm is certain Deadpool is the man behind the mask, but his belief was never confirmed. Ultimately, Earth X and its sequels, Universe X, Paradise X, and a prequel series titled Marvel's X, never confirmed who was behind the mask. He wasn't a crime fighter like Murdock's Daredevil, and instead worked as a circus stuntman who used his healing powers to perform stunts. Number 3. What exactly is a MOTHERBOX? In addition to great characters, locations, and, well, the coolest comic book mythology ever in the Fourth World Saga, Jack Kirby gave the world a device called a MOTHERBOX in 1971's The Forever People #1. MOTHERBOXes were originally created by a scientist named Himon on Apocalypse. He fashioned them out of the mysterious element X, and that's about all that's truly known about them. They have immense power and are capable of teleportation, healing, and energy manipulation, and more. It's clear MOTHERBOXes are sentient and are capable of incredible feats, but their true nature has yet to be fully explored in the comics. I mean, that's part of the charm, but I always find myself feeling like that inspector presented with Mr. Burns' mystery box. I don't know what's in there, but all I can think of is the box. The box! Number 2. The origin of the zombie apocalypse in The Walking Dead. Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead was a groundbreaking comic book series about a group of survivors trying to make a go of it in a world riddled with animated hungry corpses. Throughout the 193 issues of the series, the survivors went up against all manner of threats in their fight for survival. Kirkman purposefully never revealed why the dead began to rise, nor did he go into why a bite would always lead to death, resulting in a new walker. He never explained why a person who died of other causes would always turn into a zombie either. He was ambiguous about those details. In the end, the books came to a close without an explanation. Kirkman did jokingly answer a fan's question on the very subject with a reply of "space spore," but later expressed that it was a joke, and he'd, quote, never reveal something like that in a tweet. And number 1. What happens at the beginning of time in the DC universe? There are certain rules that each Green Lantern has to follow. Green Lanterns must maintain their sectors, they need to report back to Oa, and they must never, under any circumstances, witness the beginning of time. I think that's also in my contract for What Culture. Back in Green Lantern number 40, Krona, a scientist on Oa, witnessed the beginning of time, and it didn't really go well. When Krona looked back, he saw what appeared to be the creation of the universe itself. A giant hand holding what looked like a spiral galaxy appeared, but the act of witnessing it interrupted the process of creation. That hiccup is what created the antimatter universe, making the DC multiverse a reality. Ever since that happened, it has been strictly forbidden to look back at the beginning, leaving the true nature of the beginning of the universe a complete mystery. It has been brought up a number of times over the years, but in the end, it will likely always remain a mystery. And that was our list on 10 comics secrets we still can't explain. Let us know which comics mysteries keep you up at night down in the comments below, and while you're there, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can find more content like this at whatculture.com/comics, and more of me on Twitter at HughRunesThings. And I'll see you next time.